All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, anyone who is familiar with this channel would know that I have special dislike for El-Rufai, WIKE, and INEC chairman Mahmood Yakubu. And I keep saying that special disgrace awaits those three evil men for stealing Peter Obi's votes in the 2023 presidential election. Now, the pattern of their disgrace is going to be very similar, because the crimes they committed are also similar. El-Rufai's disgrace started when same TINUBU that he stole Obi's votes for embarrassed him during the appointment of ministers. Wike's disgrace has just started, and it is the same Sim Fubara that he made governor that is going to destroy him politically in Rivers State and render him useless at the national level. As we speak, Sim Fubara has almost won over all Wike's loyalists in Rivers State PDP. So Wike has asked the APC caucus to give him the control of Rivers State APC. Now, they are yet to even have any meeting putting Wike in charge of Rivers APC. But APC in Rivers State is already issuing very terrible statements about Wike. And the man, Nyesom Wike, who stole almost 1 million votes from Peter Obi in Rivers State, is on a journey to political oblivion. Just few hours ago, another APC chieftain, who is believed to be sponsored by APC at the national level, issued a very terrible statement about Wike. Before I show you that statement, let me quickly bring you this update about another suspicious error. Very suspicious error by the Nigerian army. Look at how the papers reported it. Nigerian army admits mistakenly dropping bombs on Kaduna villages from combat drones, killing 126 civilians. The Nigerian army on Monday accepted responsibility for a series of bombings that pummeled villages in Kaduna, leaving scores of civilians dead as part of a protracted operation targeting armed bandits along the country's northwestern flank. Many residents of Tudumbiri village in the Igabi local government area were killed in the air raids. The several others injured on Sunday night in what an army chief told state officials was an error. At least 126 civilians were killed in the attack. The last information we received gave us 126 bodies. Our men are still searching all the locations to possibly recover more, the army officer said under anonymity, to comment on the ongoing investigation over the incident. State government spokesman Samuel Aruwan said Valentin Okoro, a major general leading the Nigerian Army 1 Division headquartered in Kaduna, had admitted at a meeting that the drone operators mistook the villagers for bandits who have been terrorizing the region. Those bombed had gathered for the Malut celebration at about 9 p.m. Sunday, during which the army said terrorists were also suspected to be moving across the borders between Zamfara and Kaduna. Mr. Aruwan said a meeting was presided over by the Deputy Governor Hadiza Balarabe and had heads of security agencies, religious and traditional leaders, and the Nigerian Army in attendance. Mr. Aruwan said Mr. Okoro explained that the Nigerian Army was on a routine mission against terrorists, but inadvertently affected members of the community. The Deputy Governor, at the end of the closed-door meeting, conveyed the condolences of the government and people of Kaduna State to the families that lost their loved ones and prayed for the repose of the victim's soul, he added. In 2021, People's Gazette had reported that the Nigerian Air Force Alpha jet, in an aerial attack on armed bandits in Niger State, mistakenly killed wedding guests. A similar bombing claimed over 100 civilians in January 2023. Before then, the Nigerian Air Force, in an airstrike, killed some Nigerian soldiers, mistaking them for insurgents. A soldier in a video published by the Gazette was seen reporting the incident and called for help. Now, every time these people will kill people from air, they will say it was an accident. And whenever it happens, no one takes responsibility. No one gets punished. That is why they keep doing it again and again, because the APC government has no regard for human lives. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. Ikechukwu here says, this is absolutely unacceptable. This is not a mistake. And Farm Forton here says, the army chief should resign. Heads must roll. There must be consequences. Of course, you can't keep doing this every time and you'll be saying it's a mistake, was a mistake. No, it's unacceptable. This tweet by Sam says, may Nigeria never happen to us, our friends and family. How can you mistakenly wipe out your own citizens just like that? 126 people, what a nation. It's even more. When they tell you it's 126, it's over 500. And this tweet by David says, 126 civilians mistakenly. What actually is going on in this country? My brother, if you ask me, who I go ask? Saved by Grace here says, the one El-Rufai bandits kill remain. Airstrike, join hand. The identity of the pilot is very vital in unraveling the circumstances behind this mistake. That's a good one. That's a smart one. And Bernard Titus here says, you mean he publicly admitted that it was a mistake? Killing 126 people is a mistake? How on earth you dropped a drone without knowing? Did you collect an intel that those living in the village are linked to criminal activities? That is it. You don't just drop a drone like that. You have to be absolutely sure of what you are doing. Now, airstrike don't turn to catapult for Nigeria. Oh, and this tweet here says, I have never heard them drop bomb in Sambisa or any of the other known locations or terrorists or bandits. They only make these mistakes when it involves innocent civilians. And this tweet here says, this post reeks of very unsettling casualness. Does human life mean nothing anymore? The level of insecurity has reached unbelievably alarming point. It is reckless, just reckless. Oh, now an APC chieftain in Rivers State, who is believed to be sponsored by APC at the national level, issued a statement about WIKE. Look at how the papers reported it. President TINUBU made a mistake appointing WIKE as FCT minister, APC chieftain. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress APC in Rivers State, Chief Eze Chukwuemeka Eze, has faulted President Bola Tinubu for appointing Nyesom WIKE as the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. In a statement, Eze faulted the demolition of structures in the FCT by WIKE-led administration at a time when the country is in bad shape and people were struggling to get by. The APC chieftain noted that rather than develop an economic program to improve the living standards of FCT residents, the former Rivers State governor embarked on an autocratic move. He said, a preference for democratic endeavor over authoritarian caprice is a fundamental attribute of any responsible society or government that wishes to impact its populace through policies and programs. Demolition spray targeted at innocent citizens in the FCT at a moment when the value of the naira has remained on a free fall and the economy on a steady downward trend, with resultant hardship on the citizenry, smacks of sheer authoritarianism laced with deliberate wickedness for the FCT minister Nyesom WIKE to deploy the powers of his office to oppress the defenseless and perceived political adversaries in the guise of reformation. He blamed the situation on President TINUBU for allegedly feigning ignorance of the past actions of the former Rivers State governor and appointed him as minister despite public oppositions for fear of dishonesty, non-performance and abuse of office. Eze noted that character is critical in selecting persons to hold public offices in civilized climes, unlike Nigeria, noting that this reality remains one of our major albatrosses. Now, this man is heavily believed to be sponsored by APC at the national level. What they are trying to do here is to push WIKE to the middle. PDP has rejected him. APC will reject him. They will now make it look as if it was the people that rejected him. Slowly, they will push him out of the system because nobody wants to work with a garrulous, talkative, uncouth human being like that. So, after being a governor for 8 years, WIKE felt that being an FCT minister was more important than leaving behind a great legacy. So he stole the people's mandate and exchanged it for the FCT ministerial appointment. And just few months in, his political career has taken several hits from left, right, and center. Even the APC caucus don't want him. The events of the coming days are going to be very interesting. And trust me, I'll be here to bring you the updates. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So, don't go away.